shows up in red. And if compared to the previous batch we ran, you notice there's a lot of red characters. And if you look up the document and see its actual quality of text, you'll notice white, because it's a matrix faxed in, so a lot more deteriorated characters, more job for operator to verify. I'll do the same I did before, but before I jump to the character level verification, just wanted to show you how the line item can be auto-reconciled. If you look in the line item detail section, it shows you the lines which are reconciled with a green check mark, and then with an exclamation point, it shows you those which don't reconcile. So operator's attention can be immediately brought to those points which require his attention. So in here, when I click on it, it shows me, well, it's coming from in here, and it didn't recognize this correctly. As soon as I correct it to be 16, and I can merely do it by clicking, I don't even have to retype information. I can show it exactly to the system where it is, and it recognizes it by my clicks as well as by typing. And now it reconciles. Now those line items are not problematic anymore. So there's still a lot of red characters in the description section, so I'll go to character level confirmation. That's correct, correct, this is correct, correct. Lyndon, this is actually a K character, so I'll correct it to K. Confirm, correct, 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 confirm, correct. So I went through all my character level discrepancies, then I'll go through my field level. Net terms. Well, net terms is not indeed printed. It's blank right there. So I'll confirm I've seen it. It is blank. And here, customer number. Same story. Customer number is not printed, so I'll confirm it. And this batch is ready to go. Before I send it out, just a couple of highlights. Notice that in line items, it was capable of filtering out this detail command line and just keeps the information I need. Same story in here. This one is actually challenging as well. It had line item details printed in a multi-row fashion. So in here, for example, the item code is printed on top of the description, and then quantity printed on top of price and amount next to it. So it's a multi-line line items, and they are linearized to be prepared for your accounting system. That's another thing that docAlpha can do for you, meet the challenge of many non-linear line item detail tables. All right, as operator, I did all my steps, so I click on Send button, and the job goes back to the server, and I'm ready to receive the following job. Well, that's a typical operator's workflow, and I will, at this point, give it back to Jeff to continue the presentation. And if you have questions about any of the steps we've shown so far, I'll be happy to answer it as a technical question and answer section at the end of the presentation. Jeff?
Thank you, Artur. Hopefully everyone saw through that demonstration the power of the product. Again, it's a highly scalable, very easy to implement data capture solution, and we believe that the modern architecture, along with the ease of installation, configuration, and support, not to mention easy to use for operators, as you could see with the intuitive simple capture interface, all of these things will help you to go out and position this product as a premier accounts payable data capture solution. Now, as we've already mentioned, docAlpha has the ability to import images coming in from various locations. It auto imports documents and registers them as a new batch. These images can be TIFF, PDF, bitmap, JPEG. They can come from hot folders. They can also come from other locations such as FTP or SFTP accounts, email accounts, MFPs, scanners, fax servers. So really, as you can see, many different options for capturing images into the system to be processed. Now obviously, once we've captured the images, applied the recognition technology, the business rules, when we export the content, we're able to export the data, the metadata, as well as the image, and we have API-level integrations into many popular document management systems, SharePoint, FileBound, Digitech, DocuLex, DocuWare, and more. We have the ability to auto-export to multiple back-end systems at the same time, so perhaps you would want to export your images to SharePoint and your data to QuickBooks, and maybe even output an XML file for some type of reporting. You can have multiple exports at the same time. It's very easy to configure. We support export to ODBC and OLEDB. So out of the box, you can connect to those types of systems. There is a built-in optimization for both SQL and Oracle databases, not to mention to Access. We have the ability to automatically file the images with customized naming, so if you don't have a document management system in place, you can still create a poor man's document management system with a Windows file folder hierarchy simply by configuring it to create a parent and child folders under the parent folder with specific naming conventions. You can also easily build custom connectors, as Artsyl mentioned. This is all completely Microsoft.NET. The .NET Export API comes standard with the product. There's no additional charge for that. And it does include samples, examples of a custom export written in C#. So you have pretty much all you need to create your own custom exports. Now, going back to the business side of things, really your return is based on sort of two aspects of the solution: your quantifiable hard dollar benefits, and then your soft dollar or process improvement benefits. I tend to focus much more heavily on hard dollar benefits, obviously in the very difficult environment we've been in for the last 2 years. This is where most people put the emphasis. They're looking for cost reduction or process improvement to the point where they can grow the business without having to add additional overhead costs. So the ROI benefit with docAlpha comes from reduced labor. Typically a minimum of 50%. It can be as much as 80% reduction in the cost or the amount of labor required. The potential to reduce shipping and transportation costs, moving invoices and content around digitally rather than physically. The reduction in handling costs, again, when you scan, when you image, and then process through a system like docAlpha, you can move the content around and reduce the number of people that have to touch and handle the product or the invoices. Early paid discounts. We worked with a company in Northern Virginia, a large defense contractor. It took them nearly 65 days to pay an average invoice. They got 0 early paid discounts. Okay, we're talking about millions of dollars every month. And by implementing full AP automation, they were able to reduce that down to less than 15 days per invoice, and they were able to take advantage of early payment discounts on most of their invoices. So immediate cost savings in terms of early payment discounts. Clearly, if everything is imaged, there's less requirement to keep the physical hard copy, and therefore you reduce storage costs. And of course, improving productivity means that your existing staff can accomplish more in the same amount of time, so you don't have to add additional overhead staff. The soft costs, I'm not going to go through each and every one, but accelerated business processes, being able to do things faster, better data accuracy, that can be a quantifiable hard dollar cost if you enter something incorrectly and overpay a vendor. There's definitely a hard dollar cost to resolving that issue, but better data accuracy is definitely a benefit. Improved access to the data, stronger compliance, and so forth. So there are many facets to generating an ROI. I tend to focus on the left side, the hard dollar costs, and it boils down to this screen. And generally, this is all I use, and this is generally all I need to close any type of advanced capture type of solution. And that's basically how many people does it currently take to do your process, to do AP data entry. If today you're paying 4 AP clerks to enter your data, with docAlpha you can certainly do it with 2. You're reducing the headcount by 2. On average, an AP clerk in any major metropolitan area is making probably $40,000 a year fully burdened. That means your invoice labor savings when the system is implemented is at least $80,000 per year. You're looking at a ROI of probably somewhere around 6 months for that type of solution. Anything under 12 months is pretty much a no-brainer. Anything under 6 months, you just can't do it. You can't not do it. Okay? I mean, it would be ridiculous for a company to be able to pay for a solution and make those savings in 6 months or less and not go forward. So there is a incredibly compelling story to tell here, and we think Artsyl's docAlpha really is the best product to help you tell that story. So we hope you'll get on board and get out there and let us help you investigate, qualify, and close new opportunities in the AP processing space. Artsyl's been around since 2002. We have many clients, many doing AP processing, many doing healthcare claims processing. docAlpha, as we mentioned, is very well suited for AP processing, but it is really a data capture platform that can be used for any structured or semi-structured documents. It's well positioned for basic batch capture and routing. So if all you need to do is scan, automatically index, and route to SharePoint, it's a perfect application for that. It's a great application to scan structured forms like healthcare claims, HCFAs, UBs. Many of you may have attended our recent WebEx on Claim Action, our healthcare claims processing solution. And of course, as we discussed today, semi-structured documents such as invoices. So we have many clients that use the technology, and we hope you will too.